Hello again, GMTC. This video is in response to Veronica Dixon. Sister Veronica Dixon asked for a tutorial on Revival in the Land by the Brooklyn Tabernacle Choir. I looked on GMTC and I actually don't see a tutorial there. I didn't check YouTube, but I'm already doing a video, so I'm assuming that you checked YouTube and didn't find a tutorial for it there. I did listen to the song on YouTube just to see if I could maybe possibly help out. This isn't going to be like a full tutorial for the song, but I'm at least going to try to give like what I hear in it just to get you started. So hopefully with what I can show you, this will be enough for you to be able to kind of pick out the rest on your own and like modulate to the different keys that it does. And I know you said that you play on the organ, but I'm going to teach it on the piano because I'm not really an organist, but I do my best. Okay, here it goes. The song is in the key of E, starts off in the key of E. The scale, the first tone of the E major scale is E. The second tone of the E major scale is F sharp, then G sharp, then A, then B, then C sharp, then D sharp, and then you're back at the E, which is the 1. So once again, the 1 is E, the 2 is F sharp, the 3 is G sharp, the 4 is A, the 5 is B, the 6 is C sharp, the 7 is D sharp, and then you're back at your 1 or your 8, which is E. Okay? All right, so in this key, the song actually starts on the 1. The very first thing that you'll hear in the song, and there's a lot of instruments playing, but you'll hear them play like a E major chord, which is B, E, and A flat. You'll hear that first. And then right after that, you're gonna hear the bass come in with it hits twice on the 1. So you hit the chord, B, E, and A flat, and then you hear the bass come in with 2 hits on the 1. So hopefully you can hear what my foot is doing. I'll pat so you can see the timing. Sorry about that. So what you're hearing, it first does this E major chord in second inversion, which is B, E, A. Then you're gonna hear this chord here, which is a B minor in first inversion. You got D, F sharp, and B in your right hand. And then from there it goes to an A major chord in first inversion, which is C sharp, E, and A. And then it's going back to that E major chord in second inversion. So you got E major second inversion, B minor in first inversion, A major in first inversion, and then back to E major in second inversion. Every time you get to this E major in second inversion, you hit the 1 twice. Like that. Bum, bum, right there. And you'll hear the bass doing some like different runs and some, different bass line guitar things. If you're playing by yourself, you can try to like emulate it. That's what I like to do when I'm hearing it. So you can do, in your left hand, you can do something like from D to E. It's the flat 7 to the 8 or the 1. And then back to the flat 7, and then hit the E twice. So basically when you hit the when you go around and do like the right here, when you hit it again, when you hit the E major and second inversion again, that's when you hit the D to go to the E. Like that, in your left hand, D to E. And then back to D if you want. Like that. Like that, okay? So that's in the very beginning of the song. And the next thing that I hear, it goes to something like that, which is a B augmented type of chord. So and I may have messed up like the timing right there, but it goes to this here. So I have B in my left hand, which is the 5. I have B, D sharp, G, and B in my right hand. That's B, D sharp, G, and B. That's the 5, the 7, the flat 3, and the 5. Over the 5 in my left. Or if you want, you can just hit the 7, the flat 3, and the 5, and leave the B out. I base it off of that chord right there, but just without the D. So the next chord that I hear is this chord right here, which is over the 3. So you have G sharp in your left. You have C, E, F sharp, and B in your right. That's G sharp in your left, C, E, F sharp, and B in your right. From here, you can do like this kind of a chord over the 6, which is C sharp. So from the 3, it's going to the 6. I'll give you this chord first, which is C sharp in your left, which is the 6. And in your right, you have C sharp, E, G sharp, B, and C sharp. Or if you want, you can leave the C sharp out over here and just do E, G sharp, B, and C sharp. Or you can just play this chord, which is B, E, and G sharp over the 6, which is some type of an E major chord over the 6. But I typically would do this one if I was playing it. That's over the 6. Now you're going to go to the flat 6. And you can do this chord if you want. C in your left hand. And then in your right hand, you got A, C, D sharp, and G sharp. C in your left. A, C, D sharp, and G sharp. So from the 6 down to the flat 6. If you want to add that in there, you actually can too. The F sharp. Then you can go to the 5. The 5 in your left hand, which is B. And then in your right hand, you have basically a C sharp minor chord. C sharp, E, and G sharp. And you can add that B in there if you want. So B, C sharp, E, and G sharp, which is actually a C sharp minor 7 in your right hand over B. So you have the 6, going to the flat 6, going to the 5, and then from the 5, you go to the flat 5. The flat 5 of E is actually B flat, or A sharp if you want to call it that. So you have A sharp in your left, and then this chord, I'm using a quartal chord, G sharp, C sharp, and F sharp in my right. So from the 6, like that. And then there's gonna be a revival. We'll go over that next. So from the very top, you hit the E major chord. That's where we are. Now, there's going to be a revival. It does a walk going from the 2 to the 5. It walks from the 2 to the 5. So the walk is, in your left hand, you're going to go from the bass, I'll say, is going to go from F sharp to G sharp to A sharp to B. So F sharp, G sharp, A sharp, B. Okay? In my right hand, when I'm doing this walk, I'm literally just doing like the melody of the song. Just the choir parts, which is the F sharp minor chord. And you're right, you have F sharp, A, C sharp, and I hit that 3 times, 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So hit the F sharp chord. For each time that you're going up, you can do that, or you can just hold it. you can, so each note that you're walking up, going from the 2 to the 5, you can hit that F sharp minor chord. That's over the 2, that's over the 3, that's over the 4, this is over the flat 5. Now when you get to the 5, you're going to switch it to a E major chord. And even from here, you're going to go from this E major chord in root position to E major chord in second inversion. And I'll spell that out too. So F sharp minor in your right over the 2, F sharp minor in your right over the 3, F sharp minor in your right over the 4, F sharp minor in your right over the flat 5, and then once you get to the 5, you go to this E major chord, which is E in my right, G sharp, and B. From here, you go to the second inversion, and you're still over the 5. Second inversion, E major over the 5. B, E, and G sharp. Now you can stay on the 5 here with a 5 in your left hand, which is B, and then your right hand, A, C sharp, E, A. And from here, after you do the 5 chord, you're back to the 1. In any inversion, I'm choosing second inversion, which is 1 in your left hand, which is E. Right hand, I got B, E, and G sharp. So from the very top, hit that chord. Here's the choir comes in. Here is where you do like that traditional, this little movement going from the 1 to the 5. 1, 5, 1, 5. A lot of times you'll hear people do that 5, 6, 1, 6, 5, 6 in the left hand. That's what the bass is doing. 1, 6, 5, 6, 1, 6, 5, 6. But what I'm hearing, I don't hear that yet. I just hear it going from the 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 5, 1, 5 in your left. And in your right, you can do something like this where you just, oh wow. It's that movement. If you're playing like by yourself and you got the left hand doing that movement, going from the 1 to the 5, one thing you can do is go from the E major, which is E, G sharp, B, to an A major, which is E, A, and C sharp. Another thing you can do is go to this D major, which is F sharp, A, and D. And then back to the A major, which is E, A, and C sharp. and then back to the E major, which is E, G sharp, and B. So cycling between those. Sorry. So. And now cycling from the 1 to the 5, to the 1, to the 5. Sorry, I probably should have done like that. So over the 1, you actually have 2 chords. You hit the 1, and in your right hand, you got the E major to the A major. Like that. Once again. And then when you hit the 5, you can hit the D major in first inversion in your right hand, which is F sharp, A, D. And then you go right back to that A major, and then when you hit the 1, you're back on your E major. Sorry. And I'm kind of minorly arpeggiating it. That way you can give it some more feel, since you don't have your hand to. Like all those different movements that you would be doing if you had 2 hands. And if you're playing on the organ, you can probably do this kind of stuff. But I'm trying to make it to where, like, if you were playing on the piano by yourself, you could kind of do some of the same things. So what you're here, instead of that, is this what I was just playing with the E. Now here's the next part that you're going to hear in your left, in the bass. Or something like that, actually. So you're going to hear, I'll say, this is the 1, but I'm going to call it the 8 since we're walking down. So you have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Once again, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there's gonna be a revival in the land. I'm literally playing what the choir will be playing, singing in my right hand. That's what I'm doing in my left, and in my right, there's gonna be a revival in the land. Just the choir parts for the song, from the tenors to the altos to the sopranos. The tenors would be on the E. The altos would be on the G sharp. Sopranos would be on the B. There's gonna be a revival. When you get down to, you're doing the 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 in your left hand. When you get down to the 4, you're playing a major chord because you're on the A. So you got the C sharp, the E, and the A. So A major in first inversion. There's gonna be a revival. So all of these chords, going from the 8, 7, 6, 5, that's all E major. It's something you can do. It's very basic, but I'm just showing you stuff that you can do. So E major, E major, E major, E major, and then A major. Now, something you can do is when you get to the 6, because you're going from the 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, and now you're walking back up to the 8, 5, 6. So when you're walking back up and you get to the 6, you can play this chord, which is D sharp, F sharp, B. And that's over the 6. In your right hand, you got D sharp, F sharp, B, and that's over the 6 in your left hand. And then over the 7, when you get to the 7 and you're about to go to the 8, you can play that same chord. It's a B major chord in first inversion. D sharp, F sharp, B. And then you're back at the 1. And here's when you finally start hearing that going from the 1, 6, 5, 6, 1, 6, 5, 6. So before, all you heard was, sorry, was the 1 going to the 5 and not the 6. Then we do the walk down, like that, okay? So once we get to the, once you get to the part when you're only hearing the 1 to the 5, you don't do the 1, 6, 5. But after you do the 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, now you're doing the 8, 6, 5, 6, 8, 6, 5, 6, or 1, 6, 5, 6, 1, 6, 5, 6, if you want to call it that. Let me go from the top so you can see where I'm at, and then we're almost done. So. Sorry about that. Oh gosh. Sorry. Right here. I hope that makes sense. I will slow it down just a little bit more. So I'll start at the 6 going down to the flat 5 or the 3. And then I'll work my way from the 6 down to the flat 5. Now there's going to be a revival. Here's where you just hear that 1 to the 5. Now we do that walk down. Sorry. Now here's when you can do the 8, 1, 6, 5, 6, 1, 6, 5, 6, and just cycle back from the 1 chord to the 4 chord. If you want to. I know it sounds basic, but I'm just, yeah. So 1, you got the 1 major chord, E, G sharp, B. Over the 6, you have this A major chord, which is E, A, C sharp. Over the C sharp in your left. And then you got the, over the 5 in your left, which is B, you got the E major again, which is E, G sharp, B. And you can do different rhythmic things to change it up. You can even do just octave pops, E, B, E, but so go from the top. Now from here, once you do that, there's gonna be a revival in the land. There's gonna be a revival in the land, so it's basically the same chords that you're gonna be using. Basically E major going to A major. That's something you can do. So you can do 1 6 5 6 1 6 5 3 4. 1 6 5 6 1 6 5 3 4. And if you wonder where I'm at right now, we just did that there's gonna be a revival in the land. So we did the walk down going from 8 7 6 5 4 5 6 7 8, right? And we did the chords for those. There's gonna be a revival in the land. Now we went to that 1 6 5 6. Now here, there's gonna be a revival. There's gonna be a revival in the land. Got myself lost. Oh, yeah, so I think I messed it up. You can do that same thing. You can do something like that, because you're basically going to be going to the 5. I thought you were going to the 4, but maybe you're going to be going to the 5. So there's going to be a revival in the land. There's going to be a revival in the land. There's going to be a revival in the land. In the land. I'm so sorry. There's gonna be a revival in the land. There's gonna be a revival in the land. Okay, all in all, you're going to be going from that 1 to the 5. So from the walk down, there's gonna be a revival in the land. There's gonna be a revival in the land. There's something that you can do, which is kind of the same thing, going down from the 8 7 6 5 4, but then I just stayed on the 4 for a while, and then I went to the 5. Because to be honest, I forgot how they do it on the actual song. There's gonna be a revival in the land. Like that. So the same chords. E major on your right. On the 8. On the 7. On the 6. On the 5. And then when you get down to the 4, you change that E major to an A major on your right. When you get to this 5, which is the B, you play the B major in your right. In the land. From the 5, it's going to go to the 3. G sharp in your left, D sharp, G sharp, and C in your right. This is an A major chord in first inversion in your right hand, and that's over the I say A major, G sharp major chord, and that's over the G sharp. There's gonna be a revival in the land. And notice how I'm just bouncing. There's gonna be a revival in the land, You can do either one. The chord that we did over the 3 before, which was the C, E, F sharp, and B, over the 3, which is G sharp in your left, or you can do what the choir is singing, which is D sharp, G sharp, and C. But then you're going back to that 6. And you kind of like, like syncopated. Using the exact same chords that we did before. You're going from the 6 to the flat 6 to the 5 to the flat 5, just like we did before with the same chords. The same type of chords. Or you can just, change it to whatever you think. But notice how I'm doing my left and my right. I don't even think that they play anything in their left, to be honest, with the syncopation, like the boom, 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 boom. I don't think they do that. I think the choir sings it, and then they come in with the chords. The band comes in with the chords. So it's like they play the 6. Like that. But just so you can kind of see what it sounds like, how they're singing it, I'm doing the syncopation. And then from there, you do the There's Gonna Be a Revival again. The only difference is after you get to the 5, you're going to go to the 6. And you can either play a B major chord over the 6, B major over the 6, B, D sharp, F sharp, and that's over the 6, which is C sharp. And that's after you walk up from the 2, 3, 4, 5, flat 5, sorry, 5. That's again 2, 3, 4, flat 5, 5. Just like we did before, and how we hit that F sharp minor chord over like all of those notes except for the 5. There's gonna be a revival. And then from there, you're gonna go to the 6. And then do it all over again. There's gonna be a revival. There's gonna be a revival. There's gonna be a revival in the land. There's gonna be a revival in the land. There's gonna be a revival in the land, in the land. And then from there it goes up. There's gonna be a revival in the land. So it goes up from E major to F sharp, F. And how it goes there is it just goes to F's 5. Which you can do something like this chord when you're ready to go there. Let me go from the top so you can see how that all fit together. So basically it does go back to what it did in the very beginning, like that. But hopefully with what I gave you there, you'll be able to take it to, you know, F sharp. Now I think they go up again. Oh, sorry, I keep on saying F sharp. They take it to F, and then they take it to F sharp, and they may even take it to G after that. I can't really remember. But I mean, I guess however many times you guys choose to modulate is up to you, but the pattern is the same. So if you know your number system and stuff like that, then you can pretty much do the same thing. Even when they go to that, give me that old time religion, it's still the same pattern. They just may change like how they hit the chords. So, and again, those chords may not be exactly what you're hearing on the song, but they're chords that will work. Hopefully that at least gets you started as far as learning that song. If I can do anything else as far as helping you to do this song, let me know. E is not a key that I normally play in, but I need to learn it too. And I like doing these tutorials because I feel like I learn a lot as well. So God bless you, Miss Dixon, and I really hope that this helps you.